Hey everyone, it's Vinny and I'm back, and today we're going to Belmont Park for the Soaring Softly Stakes this Saturday, May 27th, 2023. It's race 7. It's 7 furlongs on the turf for 3-year-old fillies, and there's a field of the 7 signed on. 2 are trained by Chad Brown and 2 are trained by Christophe Clement. The morning line favorite is Love Appeals at 6 to 5 for Clement, with Joel Rosario riding. The morning lines actually came out while I was recording this, so I was already trying to beat Love Appeals, and now I am excited that she's the morning line favorite at 6 to 5. I think that's a little low, so let's get into it. My third choice here is actually a horse who finished behind Love Appeals last time out, and that is Senior Prank for Chad Brown. Today she gets a jockey upgrade to a Rad, which is always something I look for when Irad jumps on to a Chad Brown runner for the first time. And since she broke her maiden, she's had a couple excuses. 2 races back, she slammed into the gate at the start, kind of lost all chance of winning right there. In her last race, she broke like a half step slow. She was already behind, and then she was taken back, and that pace was pretty hot. While Love Appeals got to sit right off of Cheap Speed, who ended up fading, I believe, the 5th or 6th in that race. Senior Prank finished well. Obviously, Love Appeals won easily, which is part of the reason why she's the favorite today. I don't see the pace collapsing like it did in that race, so I kind of think that the others are going to be right there with Love Appeals, and her numbers don't tower over the field, in my opinion, to make her a justifiable 6 to 5 favorite. So with a better start today and with Irad, I think Senior Prank gets a much better trip, and she's got a ton of value here at 6 to 1 on the morning line. I bet she gets bet down a little bit, but if she doesn't, 6 to 1 with Irad is always something to look for. My second choice here is actually the other Clement horse, who I liked a lot more when handicapping this race. That is Queen Picasso, who was 5 to 1 on the morning line with Jose Ortiz. Not usually a huge fan of cutbacks on the turf. I've said that before if you've been following me for a while now. Something I'm not a huge fan of. But the 7 furlong distance is kind of a weird distance where sprinters sometimes really only want to go like 6, maybe 6.5, and they kind of hit that wall after that. So that's the 7 furlong distance. I think it's good to know that she can already get the distance. Her last win was going at 1 1/16. So I think she'll be moving well in the stretch. She's got a bit of tactical speed, so I think she'll be kind of close to this pace. So knowing she can finish well, I think she's very live here, I think, for Clement. I don't think Clement enters both if he thought that one of them was a lock. So I'm definitely gonna use Queen Picasso here. I think she fits well. She gets Jose back on her as well. Jose was on her in her debut win back in March, so that's a good sign in my opinion as well. My top pick in here is going to be Lady Beth for Chad Brown with Flavian Pratt. She won under what was essentially a hand ride in her debut at Gulfstream. I know it was on the Tapeta track, kind of trying to look past that. I'm not a huge fan of horses coming off of the Tapeta. It's just a weird surface. Some horses really like it, some don't. But she won so easily there that I think she is a live horse here. She sat right off the pace, but today she's inside speed, and I think that could be very dangerous in here. She, just like Queen Picasso, already won going over this 7 furlong distance, which is nice to see. Some of these other horses have only won at 6, so knowing that she should be able to easily handle the 7 furlongs is nice to know. I like that she's probably going to be the inside speed horse. I kind of expecting Pratt to send her. If Pratt sends her, I don't know who's really going to press. I mean, Rosario could press with Love Appeals. If he does, I don't think either of them end up surviving that, and I think they both would get past. So I'm going on the assumption that Lady Beth is allowed to set the pace and nobody really applies pressure, and Pratt can kind of just take this group, gate the wire. She's 7-2 on the morning line. I think that's a fair price. I think she's going to get bet down a little bit. I don't think too much, though. I would probably say around 5-2 is probably what we'll get if there's no scratches. So she's going to be my top pick. But what do you think? Is Love Appeals a lock for Clement, or will one of these Chad Brown trainees spring an upset? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time.
RacingDudes.com is your home for the best free picks for every race, every track across the country. The Triple Crown is in full swing, and we want you to join us in the fun. Subscribe to Racing Dudes YouTube channel, click the notification bell so you never miss a single video. Want to make money betting horses? Bet with the Racing Dudes.